Yo, the Pixel 9a and the Pixel 8 series is a very interesting phone. It's arguably better than most of the budget phones in the world, but it's not exactly a premium smartphone, if you can call it that. So despite all that with the Pixel 9a, I still think it's comparable to the Pixel 9. Last time, the Pixel 8a compared well to the Pixel 8, even though I thought the Pixel 8 was the better buy. So I've had access to the brand new Pixel 9a for about a week, and I want to run you through how I think it compares to the Pixel 9, which I think is the best phone to compare it to. I originally wanted to go into the world and review this phone outside, have good shots, good background, good everything. But as you can see, the weather isn't giving, to be honest. So let's try and do this at home. So first things first, let's start with the things that I liked on the Pixel 9a. The back is still plastic with a matte finish, which I think is the right direction. I mean, if you're going to go for plastic, it might as well be high quality. And that is exactly what Google did with the Pixel 9a. And just like the back, the sides are a matte finish too. These little details make the phone more comfortable, and I have enjoyed my time holding and using this phone. The weight has been slightly reduced though, despite having a 6.3-inch display, which is bigger than the Pixel 8a and is the same size as the Pixel 9. The bezels are still huge as f. That is something that is not going away. It is also water and dust resistant with a rating of IP68, which is in line with the Pixel 9 and many other flagship phones. The design is something we're already used to when it comes to Pixel phones. You still get the hole punch cutout in front, the buttons on the side, and the back still has the same wireless charging compatibility. Except the camera design has changed and the colors are different. This time, there is no camera bar. For full disclosure, Google did send me this, and they sent me the peony color, and it might not show on camera, but this is the brightest pink that I have ever seen, and I actually don't think this is kind of a good color. I think it makes the phone look bad. Now if you get colors like say the white like the Pixel 9, then it actually looks way better. So I guess colors do matter. So this phone has a number of small improvements over the Pixel 8a, and the major changes are pretty good too. But what are the things that I didn't like? I don't like that the display is protected with Gorilla Glass 3. It's just past time Google changed that, and while I don't expect it to be the same Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the Pixel 9, I expect it to be better than the Gorilla Glass 3. For example, the Samsung Galaxy A54 came out in 2023 and it had Gorilla Glass 5. This is 2025 and Google still can't move up to Gorilla Glass 5. It's kind of disappointing. The one thing I don't particularly like about the Pixel 9 is the glossy finish on the back. Even the Pixel 9a has more of a matte finish, but I still find holding the Pixel 9 kind of comfortable, so it's not exactly a problem for me, and I don't think it'll be a problem for you. Now, before we continue, you know what time it is. As a community, we are so close to reaching 30,000 subs, and if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed at all, this is the best time to do it. It's as easy as clicking the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me if you guys will do it right now. Thank you, and let's continue the video. On the display side of things, the Pixel 9a matches the Pixel 9 with 2700 nits of peak brightness, which I think is amazing. It offers the same 120Hz refresh rates as the Pixel 9, the same display size, the same 1080p by 2424 screen resolution, and an always-on display just like the Pixel 9. We also have a minor but interesting difference that I think Pixel fans should take note of. Now, the Pixel 9 has an OLED display panel just like the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the Pixel 8, and basically all the recent Pixels in the last few years. The Pixel 9a on the other hand is also OLED, but the difference here is that the 9a has something called P-OLED, which means it uses a plastic substrate instead of glass. Now, apart from the fact that this will help you cut cost, I also think they did it to reduce the phone's weight and maybe make it thinner. So because P-OLED panels are obviously cheaper, the colors when you're looking at your display are going to be less vibrant than the OLED panels, just a little bit. So maybe this is something to watch out for when we're looking at the Pixel 10 if they're going to go this route, but I doubt it. If that's just one minor difference, let's look at a major difference. The 9a, just like the 8a, has an optical fingerprint sensor, while the Pixel 9 has an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Now, although having an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 9a would have been nice, there is a reason why this is a mid-range phone, so that's not really a deal breaker in my opinion. That being said, the display quality on both phones are pretty similar in an eye test level. The Pixel 9 has HDR10 Plus, which should also translate to better and accurate colors, and the POLED on the Pixel 9a should make the display not as sharp as the Pixel 9, but these are just slight differences that are rarely noticeable to the average consumer. Surprisingly, the Pixel 9a has a bigger battery than the Pixel 9. It packs a 5100 mAh of battery, while the Pixel 9 packs a 4700 mAh of battery. On the flip side, Google still does that thing where they slow down charging on the Pixel 8 series phones to give the premium Pixels more of an advantage, which I think is fine, to be fair. Now, the Pixel 9 charges faster than the Pixel 9a, both in wired and wireless charging, but I still think the bigger battery on the Pixel 9a is a better draw because even though it charges slower, it still has an improved charging speed when compared to previous iterations. Now, on the performance side, there are a lot of similarities as you would expect. They both have the same Tensor G4 chip with 8 cores and the exact same clock speed. They have the same GPU, the same Universal Flash Storage 3.1, and the same base storage. They both have the same Android 15 with 7 years of software updates. The only difference here is that the Pixel 9 comes with 12 GB of RAM, while the Pixel 9a only has 8. Now, I expect them to be neck and neck in this aspect, and every good thing you get from the Pixel 9 on the performance end, you can also get from the Pixel 9a. Although I do have to say the extra 4 gigs of RAM on the Pixel 9 should come in handy for intense users that maybe game or do any other thing. But for most people, honestly, I don't think the difference should even worry you at all. I have used the Pixel 9 a lot and performance has been reliable, and when the Pixel 9 first came out, mine had issues like the microphone fading out when I'm recording calls, causing my recordings to go from clear to muffled. I also had occasional issues with call connectivity, but these problems have been fixed, and on the Pixel 9a, I haven't faced any of them, so that's really good. Unsurprisingly, the Pixel 9a also shares a lot of AI features on the Pixel 9. I have tested Best Take, Circle to Search, Audio Eraser, and Live Transcribe. They work just like they should. It also has newer features like Add Me, Reimagine, Pixel Studio, and of course Gemini Live, which I think is one of the best things that have come out on a smartphone. So performance-wise, this phone can hold its own against the Pixel 9, the 9 Pro, and even the 9 Pro XL. Okay, let's talk about the cameras, and the Pixel 9a produces really good pictures, which isn't a surprise because it's a Pixel phone at the end of the day. The wide-angle shots on both phones look exactly the same to me, even though the Pixel 9 has better specs. I would say that's the story of the Pixel phones in this aspect. Even though the Pixel 9 has better specs, it's really hard to tell the difference between both of their wide-angle shots. The same thing applies to videos that are being recorded. Since the Pixel 9 lacks video boost, it doesn't necessarily have any significant advantage over the 9a. They both have 4K recording capabilities, and even though the 9 or the Pixel 9 can record at 60 frames per second, I don't see how it really translates to everyday camera use. Now, where there's an obvious difference between camera qualities on both phones is the ultra-wide pictures. Now, the Pixel 9 has a way bigger ultra-wide sensor, so pictures are way more detailed and colors are more vibrant than those of the Pixel 9a. The Pixel 9 also has a wider aperture, which makes it better at taking ultra-wide shots in low light conditions, so ultimately it's difficult to spot differences in pictures taken and videos recorded with both cameras except when you take ultra-wide pictures. Now, that is where the Pixel 9 obviously shines. That being said, the Pixel 9 has an impressive camera performance, more impressive than I thought it would be when I started testing both phones out. So I feel like regardless of how impressive the Pixel 9 is, nothing beats the original. And the question therefore becomes, who is the Pixel 9a for? It has a good build quality and good design, but it is still plastic. It has an excellent all-round performance, but some people might overthink the significance of the extra 4 gigs of RAM that is on the Pixel 9. And the camera, of course, is excellent, but some people love to take that ultra-wide picture. It is a phone for people who want those premium-like features and not having to break the bank to get those features. The Pixel 9a is currently $499 USD, but if you add an extra $150 that maybe is lying around, you can easily get the Pixel 9, which in my opinion is the better phone. Again, this is all about price. It's just very tempting to add that extra $150 to get the Pixel 9. But would you be getting the Pixel 9a or the Pixel 9? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.